There's a quiet experience many men go through, but rarely talk about honestly. You're polite. You're decent. You mean well. Yet somehow, you're overlooked, underestimated, or simply not taken seriously. This video is not about blaming women. And it's not about self-pity. It's about understanding the deeper reasons. Why some men are not rated. And how respect and attraction actually work. We'll break this down carefully. In clear stages. Without bitterness. And without excuses. 1. What not being rated really means. When ladies don't rate you, it usually doesn't mean dislike. More often, it means you are not prioritized. You are not considered compelling. You are not perceived as grounded or established. This isn't a moral judgment. It's a perception gap. Respect and attraction are not rewards for kindness alone. They respond to presence, direction, and self-respect. And that's where most misunderstandings begin. 2. You seek validation without realizing it. One of the least visible confidence killers is subtle validation seeking. Always being agreeable. Always being available. Always trying to say the right thing. On the surface, this looks polite. Psychologically, it signals uncertainty. People, including women, respond more strongly to those who appear self-contained. When your emotional stability depends on how you're perceived, your value quietly drops in the room. Not because you're weak, but because you haven't centered yourself yet. 3. You don't value your own time. Time is a proxy for self-worth. If you drop your plans easily, always adjust yourself to others, have no structure to your days, you communicate something unintentionally. I don't have a clear priority system. Men who are rated highly are not necessarily busy. They are directed. They know where their time goes. And they protect it calmly, without apology. 4. Lack of direction creates invisibility. This is uncomfortable, but necessary. A man without direction feels uncertain to be around. You don't need wealth. You don't need status. You don't need perfection. But you do need momentum. Direction gives people confidence in you. It answers the unspoken question. Is this person building something, or drifting? Drifting repels attention. Movement attracts it. 5. You over-explain and over-justify. Men who are not rated often explain themselves too much. Why they think the way they do. Why they acted a certain way. Why they didn't mean harm. This creates an imbalance. Strong presence doesn't argue for legitimacy. It assumes it. The more you explain, the more you appear unsure of your own standing. Clarity beats justification. Silence beats rambling. 6. You confuse kindness with leverage. Kindness is valuable. But kindness without boundaries becomes self-erasure. If you give endlessly, time, emotional support, attention, without standards or limits, you lose polarity. Respect requires friction. Not conflict, but definition. People rate what has shape. 7. You give emotional access too quickly. Emotional maturity is attractive. Emotional overflow is not. Oversharing early. Trauma bonding. Seeking reassurance. These collapse tension too fast. Connection needs pacing. Depth needs time. Men who are rated highly don't hide emotions. They contain them. 8. You don't hold your ground socially. This isn't about dominance. It's about speaking clearly. Not shrinking when challenged. Being comfortable with disagreement. Men who constantly adapt themselves to keep peace eventually lose presence. People respect those who are steady, not those who constantly recalibrate to be liked. 9. The core truth most men miss. Here is the central reality. Women don't rate men who are still waiting to be chosen. They rate men who have chosen themselves. This doesn't mean arrogance. It means alignment. When a man builds discipline, direction, emotional stability, self-respect. Rating becomes a consequence, not a pursuit. 10. How to shift this. 1. Stop negotiating your worth. 2. Build structure into your life. 3. Reduce emotional reactivity. 4. Set quiet boundaries. 5. Focus on growth, not approval. None of these require hostility. They require self-leadership. If you're not rated right now, it doesn't mean you're defective. It means you're underdeveloped in areas that society doesn't teach men clearly. And that's fixable. Not overnight. Not loudly. But deliberately. Respect is not demanded. Attraction is not negotiated. They emerge naturally. When a man becomes internally ordered, that is the work.